So, Apple hosted an event last month wherein they unveiled their all-new iPhone 14 lineup, their Apple Watch Series 8 and their Watch Ultra as well, along with the new AirPods. And this month, that is the month of October, we are expecting the new MacBooks and the new iPads as well. So here are all the currently known leaks about this month's event that Apple might be hosting or might not be hosting. More about that later. Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So the first leak is that Apple might not actually host an October event this year. Over the past 10 years, Apple has hosted October events in 7 of them. So that does not mean that Apple hosts one every year, and that gives a slight chance of Apple skipping it in this particular year. So basically it suggests that Apple feels as if the remaining products that are yet to be launched in this particular year are not significant enough to have an event of their own. And this time around, we are expecting Apple to release the new Macs and iPads, and also the release of iPadOS 16.1 and macOS 13 Ventura. So here is a list of all the devices that Apple is expected to launch in this month. So firstly, we have the all-new MacBook Pro, then the all-new iPad and the iPad Pro, I suppose, then the Mac Mini and the Mac Pro as well. So this time the Mac Pro might actually be a silicon one, but more about that later. So let's start with the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro. So the most logical Mac to release in the month of October is the MacBook Pro, and this year we don't have any major spec bumps except for one, and that is the M2 Pro processor being included in the MacBook Pro. We also expect the M2 Pro refresh when it comes to the Mac Mini and the Mac Pro as well. Apart from that, we don't expect any spec bumps. Last year's MacBook Pro itself is currently priced at $400 lesser than its initial price on Amazon, and that is a great buy already. So now coming to the Mac Mini. So with the M2 Pro version of the MacBook Pro already being expected in this upcoming October event, we can also expect an M2 refresh of last year's M1 powered Mac Mini. We can also expect a higher end version which is powered by the M2 Pro processor. So this new upgrade might actually replace the Intel powered Mac Minis which are still currently being sold on Apple's website as well. Apart from that, we can expect maybe a slightly new design with all new colors and more number of ports, that is maybe Ethernet ports, headphone jacks, USB ports, etc. Now coming to the iPad Pro. So this year's iPad Pro is also expected to get a chip upgrade from the M1 to the M2. And apart from that, we don't expect anything else even when it comes to the Face ID, the display or the fingerprint sensor. This seems like a very meager upgrade or a small spec bump from Apple, and that's why they might not have the event at all. So now coming to the 10th generation iPad. So the biggest release of October could be Apple's cheapest iPad, the 10.2-inch entry-level model, and rumors suggest that this model could get a redesign with slimmer bezels just like the iPad Air and the iPad Pro, and a larger 10.5-inch screen instead of the usual 10.2-inch screen with USB-C as well. This might also support 5G on the cellular version. It might also be losing the headphone jack, but I guess to gain something, you gotta lose something. So now into the Mac Pro. So many rumors seem to suggest that Apple will be using their own silicon in order to power this year's Mac Pro. The Intel powered Mac Pro itself is one of the most powerful Mac Pros that we have ever seen, and Apple using their own silicon might be a complete game changer. We cannot even contemplate the power that this new Mac Pro might provide. Apart from that, we might get small RAM upgrades, storage upgrades, and small minor upgrades in order to make this Mac Pro even faster. So now anyways, that's been it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave links for both those accounts in the video description. Thanks for watching. This is Techsavage, and I'll see you guys in the next one.